allow the two children to handle the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind. Off your
sound like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like
Pepe. Yeah, good evening and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary tonight. From wherever you're watching from, this is Maiyegun live. So sorry to all my friends on Facebook that are going to miss this. Hopefully, everyone who is joining me on YouTube tonight can share the link on their own Facebook and tell everybody that Maiyegun is live on YouTube. The problem is that Facebook, as usual, they have done as they always do. They have suspended themselves from publishing on Facebook. But fair enough, we're going to end up on YouTube anyway. We have been working tirelessly. Many of you who are joining me now are basically because one, you are subscribed followers of the channel. So that's how we keep ourselves informed. And what I'm going to do on this channel, on this YouTube channel, is that we are going to have a scheduled time that you will be meeting Maiyegun live on YouTube. So if Facebook let them shut down Maiyegun's Diary Political on there. It's their own loss. So we'll find ourselves and we'll keep ourselves well informed. So thank you for joining me tonight. So if you read my caption, right, you can also make your own contribution, okay? So the way Facebook, with what Facebook has done, we won't be able to use that platform to update ourselves on what is going to happen on the 1st of October. A lot is happening. And as usual, Maiyegun is going to just take you through the old rigmarole and all the tricky stuffs that the sticky and muddy stuffs that they always put on your path, especially when you're asking them the right questions and they don't have answers. So they will try and muddle things up just to make you feel confused. Then you can stop asking questions, okay? And in the process, if you ask too much, then they can deal with you as they love to do. We will deal with you. So Nigeria has failed at people. It is no gainsaying. See, there are people who are politically correct, okay? People who want to be politically correct. They don't want to offend people, right? But I offend people for a living. I enjoy it. especially when I have to offend people who felt like they are invincible, untouchable, and then they can do anything and get away with it. The politicians, those you call the powerful ones, okay? So I offend them for a living, and then their supporters may not really be comfortable with me, but they respect me to some extent. The fact that I can say what they can't say. Nigeria has failed people, and there is no point in trying to be politically correct about it, okay? Every part of that country is messed up. Nigeria as a country is a failed country. Before now, they were telling us that it was a failed leadership. As part of ways to make us feel, you know, thank you very much, Ademola Abayomi, Dapo Boy, Fumi White, Remi Oluwole, good afternoon, sir. Depends on the time you're watching. Silvanos Iweze, thank you. So as you are joining, remember, subscribe. When you do, then that means you won't miss anything, okay? So on paper, in practice, in practical and all that, Nigeria represents everything about a failed country, okay? There are many, many of us that while growing up, we were told that all that we needed to do was to what? To be patriotic, be educated, be patriotic and be an honest person and work for the greatness of your country, Nigeria. So many people who are in power, in charge of different government establishments in Nigeria today, many of them, they were in primary school or secondary school way back then, when they were also told that once they gained the position of when they assume position of authority, they should be patriotic, they should love the country, and then make the country great. So initially they were telling you that the problem was leadership problem. You know what I mean? But it's not just about leadership problem, okay? Though it is one thing that will lead to the other and the other and degenerate until things goes out of hand. That is the position, that is the situation where Nigeria is right now. So before now, people were blaming, oh, it's the leadership failure. Once you get a good leader, once you get this leader, and you begin to ask yourself, when are you going to get good leaders? Are you going to manufacture good leaders from the blues? Are the good leaders not going to come from the society, the Nigerian society that kills our own people? Are the good leaders not going to come from them? Are those who are going to become your leaders from a contraption like Nigeria going to be saints? It doesn't make any sense where everybody believes. I mean, when many people say, oh, it's the leaders, it's the leadership. Once we have a good leader now, everything will fix. Then you ask yourself, is it good leadership that will make an ordinary criminal police officer whose recruitment is so corrupt? I mean, you know the recruitment exercise in Nigeria when you are looking for a job, right? So you look at all the recruitment process of almost every government parastatal, and you see everything reeks of corruption. Backbench, I mean, they call it behind the scene arrangements where people used who they know or quota system or where they come from, their religion, to get access to vital government agencies where decisions that will affect millions of lives are being taken every day. So the resultant effect of that is the society they have created. The only solution to fix such problem, right, is to what? Is to break it up, start afresh. There and then you will be able to, at least, nobody is asking you to elect saints. You know what I mean now? If you want saints, honest and saintly people, then you probably have to go and elect the Pope. We are talking about people who understand what their role is towards the people they lead, towards the country they lead as well, and then to themselves as leaders who wants to set example as leaders of a country. In this current Nigeria system, we were not there. You were not there. I wasn't there. None of our own forebearers who fought for independence was there when the Nigerian amalgamation was formed in 1914. So finally, the truth has come to light that there was never any plan to keep a country called Nigeria. It was simply a business arrangement that involved the miscreants who crossed the border with guns and barrels of guns and all that, and decided to stay back and rule us. It wasn't meant to be a country. You all know the story, right? Now, 60 years after colonialists left, after the white man left, the one that we blame, possibly our own forebearers blamed them for all the problem, the underdevelopment, the poor this, the poor that, before the 1960. For those who have captured, who have catch up on history, maybe we blame them. But 60 years after, we see how many of us who are still blaming them, simply because we feel like we are so powerless with the criminals in charge of Nigeria that we need the endorsement, approval of your former colonial master. There are those with that sentiment, but there are many who don't really buy that. There are many who have taken it upon themselves that, listen, we will alert the world and tell the rest of the world that we are tired, we are done for. Whatever arrangement they put together, whatever arrangement they put together in 1914, solidified in 1960, and now 60 years after that, Nigerians are dying. Can't you see it? Like, it's like the people are so helpless, right? The people that are being killed in the northern part of Nigeria, they look more like they are helpless. Like they just have to accept their fate and wait for something to happen and put an end to their misery. Their government is no longer responsible to them anymore. In Nigeria, people are getting killed every day. Just yesterday, the convoy of a state governor was attacked. 30 security men were killed. 30. We're not talking about civilians now. We are talking about people who have all the firing power to protect a state governor. They came under attack in that same Nigeria, right? They came under attack and 30 of them were killed by bandits or by Boko Haram, as they put it. And that's how the killing goes on every day right now. So people have sort of submitted to fate, like maybe God or something will just happen and then the killing will stop and maybe they can live for another day, but not through their government anymore. That's the situation there. But you in the southern part of Nigeria, you can personally just beat your chest and say, oh, we thank God it's not even bandits and all of that. You are living in denial. A great denial that can also consume you. Same way, those who are dying today in the northern part of Nigeria, possibly 10 years ago, will never, ever envisage a time that they will face a calamity like terrorism, like this Boko Haram, that the Nigerian army will actually become victims too, instead of those that will rescue them. That is the situation. Nigeria is more or less like no ruler, no president, no nothing. Everyone is living by for the next day and waiting on something to happen and put an end to the misery. That's the situation. In the southern part of Nigeria, the notorious SARS are doing so tremendously well in their own job of terrorizing the southerners. So if you don't know the difference between being kidnapped by terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria or getting killed, then what about the one happening in your own vicinity, the southern part? Just 2 days ago or thereabouts, a young man was shot and killed in Port Harcourt. You know why? Because he refused to unlock his phone for a raging criminal police gang called SARS in Nigeria. They shot him 4 times in his chest. They shot him 4 times for refusing to open his phone. He is not a criminal. People are being kidnapped every day on the street of Lagos, on the street of Enugu, on the street of Ibadan, on the street of Ogun, on the street of this different states in southern part of Nigeria. They are being kidnapped, not just by kidnappers who want to take them for ransom. They are being kidnapped, extorted by the people paid security men paid to protect them from kidnappers. That's the irony of it. The special anti-robbery squad, right? Special anti-robbery squad, SARS, they were put together to combat violent crimes like armed robbery or any other violent crime within the country. That's their position. That's why they put them together. But in the last 7 years, they have become notorious for kidnapping civilians, Nigerians, extorting them, arresting and framing them up on different trumped-up charges. In fact, they now even work with some criminal judges that in fact sentences Nigerians to prison for refusing to pay bribe to these SARS officers. That is if you are lucky. You can get killed if you are not lucky. This is happening in Nigeria, not outside Nigeria, not like once in a while of a thing. It is a common thing that people have become so adapted to. That is not life. When you have a government, right? When you have a government that says, oh, any police officer that asks you for money, because sometimes they will tell you that, well, American police are also killing people. They are killing blacks and killing this and that. But what they are not telling you is that between 60 to 70% of Americans are armed. They all carry weapons, meaning they have their own guns to protect themselves, their properties, and their families. In America, you have right to carry gun once you have the license. But mainly, many don't even wait for the license in America. So when you see three, let's put it this way, 3 out of 5 Americans, or let me say, between 2 out of 5 Americans are considered to be armed. So if you have 5 Americans, 2 of them are likely to have guns, right? That's in America. American police officer is trained to believe that you as an American, you are likely to have gun, right? And for whatever misuse of that power, you will never hear anywhere where police officers kill anyone in America because they refuse to unlock their phones. They refuse to pay bribe to police officers, or they are killed because they dress like Yahoo boys. Do you get that now? You will never see it anywhere. That's what they don't tell them in Nigeria. That police officers in America will not kill you because you refused to pay bribe. In Nigeria, right? They are everywhere. And the way they work, they will scare life out of you. That is in the southern part of Nigeria, okay? Where the state-sponsored terrorism is making life a hell for you who are not living in the Boko Haram region or bandit region. Today, Nigeria is now, the poverty capital of the world. And if you ask this person and you ask that person, everybody is pointing fingers. It is you, not me. It's the PDP. No, it's the APC. Oh, it's the Buhari. Oh, it's Jonathan. It's this and that, right? They are pointing fingers while the majority are falling into poverty every now and then. Meaning, even the politicians whose job was to change your lives, their job is, number one, to keep you safe. It is the job. It is not the job of God to keep you safe. When politician comes to you and say, it's only God that protects people, nobody can protect anybody, is a fraud. That means is currently probably just, sort of outsourcing, you know what I mean now? Outsourcing his own responsibility to God. You did not vote for God. You voted for politicians who said they can make your lives better. So in 60 years, they have made the country the poverty capital of the world. And sadly, those who made that happen are still those who are calling themselves Nigerian leaders today. when they talk about breaking up of Nigeria, these are the people that will tell you it is impossible to break up Nigeria because the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. So what they are saying right now is that the killings in Nigeria is non-negotiable. The kidnappings in Nigeria is non-negotiable. The poverty in Nigeria is non-negotiable, right? And everything that is wrong with Nigeria is non-negotiable. You are stuck to it. And that's you. That's it. Nobody changes it. Nothing changes it. If you try to change it, then you are the enemy of the people. Then you ask yourself, who is the enemy of the people? Are the people the enemies of themselves? Or those that claim to be the leaders of your country, who have brought about the poverty, the killings, the underdevelopment, the greed, the corruption, and every vice that you can come up with as a country, those who are responsible for that still want to be called the elder statesmen. They still want to be called distinguished senators, His Excellencies, the people who brought about the degradation, the poverty, the division, the killings, the death. Those who brought about that, PDP, APC, Christians, Muslims, Alajas, Deacons, Deaconesses, and the rest of them who have used religion, tribe, all of that to bring about the current situation in Nigeria. When they tell you that Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable, what they are simply telling you is, what is it that unites you as a country for 60 years that has brought mass bloodshed, a river flowing, if not ocean flowing, of blood of supposed Nigerians, and it is not stopping. You are still bleeding. We have people who say, let us break it up. It is to save lives. Yes. Now, we've had those who said, if you want to break up Nigeria, why don't you go to Nigeria? Now, the majority of us who are likely to be outside Nigeria, put all our population together, we are not up to 20% of those who are living in Nigeria. Now, let's put it that way. That means whatever is going on in Nigeria, affecting millions of lives, and then killing millions of other people internally, whatever it is right now, has little or no effect on the 20% of Nigerians who are living outside Nigeria. Then who should be more pressed to demand for the end of the bloodbath? Who should be more pressed to demand for the end of a country that has made you poor and will continue to make you poor no matter how much you think you are better off than your neighbor? Everyone is a poor person in Nigeria, because if you look at the country, if you look at the economic value of the country, they call it per capita per head income, and the poverty ratio in the country, then you will realize that there is no potential right there. They are lying to you when they tell you about your population, when they tell you how big Nigeria can be if only you have good leaders. No. They are lying to you. There is no potential there. There is absolute nothing that can make Nigeria great. Even if they paint you this picture of population, if they paint you pictures of a brainy, smart people, if they paint you pictures of excelling people from Nigeria who are excelling outside Nigeria, they are lying to you. They are lying to you. The lies they are telling is this: Nigeria is not built to make you prosper in life. Now, leave your God out of this now. I do say that because that is where you get things mixed up. You want to confuse things. No, it is a common sense thing now. Now, a country that is built, that cannot provide its own electricity, that cannot provide good working healthcare system for the massive population, that cannot provide security. The country that has the population of 200 million, they say, out of that 200 million, 60% of that population are between the citizens between the ages of 18 and 34. That massive leap of youth in such country should have created a massive, growing, prosperous country. If indeed the prospect was there, it is not there. They never built it. It isn't for you. Now, today, the education system in Nigeria is the worst you can ever see. And I know some of you that will tell me, hey, yeah, I graduated with this and that. Now the country you graduated with first class, the country you graduated with second class upper or first class lower, what have you, the one that made you educationally sound, is that not the country all of you are in right now? The country that cannot provide stable electricity, that you have to wait on the, you have to wait on the Chinese, on the Indians, on the Germans to come to Nigeria, rip you off, and still give you darkness. Well, yet you have educated first-class graduates in their hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in that same country. The same country that has qualified doctors, medical practitioners, scientists possibly, that cannot by any means design, develop welfare system. I'm talking about healthcare system that can cover the country that is in so much poverty. The country that they cannot, I'm talking about the experts now. I know politicians messed you up. And that is what really brings me back to where I'm saying that the prospect is not there. You are just surviving through a system that is put together to limit what you can be in life. I went through primary, secondary school, and partially the university education in Nigeria, and I know what I'm talking about. When it comes to educational system, a system that gives you that kind of education, a system that gives you quota system education, a system that gives you, well, you know the rest, will never be relied upon to say is a sound educational system that can build and that can stand the test of time, whereby trained graduate or experts from such system will build a country. That's not the system they build for you. No working healthcare system. They say an healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Meaning, if the young people and the able-bodied people are healthy enough and the economy is booming enough to create good paying jobs, and you have this mass number of unemployed youth and they are employed, such country will be a prosperous country whereby everyone will be happy. But in Nigeria, they have destroyed education. So normally, whatever you come out with in your school is useless, okay? Because the system make you realize that no matter what you do, even if you come out with first class, now Okada you go still ride, except if you go to the synagogue church and they pray for you, give you anointing. Maybe if the miracle then happen and they give you job as a banker somewhere. I know, you know now how many first class graduates in Nigeria right now who are currently riding Okada. And they say, why don't you go and create a job? Don't think about what your country can give to you. Think about what you can give to your country. Alaye, you have been given to your country since birth. Nigeria never give you anything. You have been shouting up NEPA since you are a kid. Now you are a father. Your children are also shouting up NEPA now. Abi? No be so? So what has Nigeria given to you? The education that cannot get you real employment, or the employment that you get, they say employment with take home pay that cannot take you home. Or is it your rubbish naira that is now, at least the economists in Nigeria who are supposed to build a viable economy for you, those ones that will speak grammar, throw figures here and there. The country they have built for you is the Nigeria you are in right now, a messed up place. So they destroyed education. They destroy healthcare system. They now left everything for you and they absconded to Europe to give their own children education, to give themselves proper healthcare system, the proper checkup at your own expense. They still refused, despite the fact that going abroad for medical treatment mean that they have failed in their own healthcare plan in Nigeria, where the rest of you go ahead and start looking for agumu, start looking for opayi when you have a backache. Instead of you to go for scan, get medically checked, and possibly recommended medication, exercise, and every other thing that can get you well, you rather resorted to Okpayi, Okpawaju. You go about looking for alia factor. You go about as well looking for other things that are actually like a remedy. You call them remedy. Funogao, kanoko, and all those things that you always like want to use to make you feel like you are agile again. But you see the criminals who told you they will build you hospitals, they will build you good roads, they will build this and that. They are using this same service abroad. Their children are always guided. Whenever they are in Nigeria, their children are surrounded by security men and women who carry every weapons to protect them against who? Against your frustration and against those who have turned to criminals like Boko Haram coming for them, not for any other reason to protect anybody. And you ask yourself, what kind of a country is this? Where women and children are being killed by faceless bandits, and whenever those bandits are arrested, and you, instead of you to prosecute them as a country, you ended up, rehabilitating them, paying them money, and returning them back to the society. Why do you want to be part of such country? Is the question you should ask yourself. And let me be honest with you, that's the question that the Biafrans are asking themselves. The same questions that the Oduduwans are now asking themselves. But yeah, we can't all want the same thing. We can't all want the same thing. Some of you want to stay with Nigeria. You should ask yourself the same question. Is the Nigeria you want to stay in the same Nigeria that they have now? Is that the Nigeria you want to stay in? Now, if you say, well, this is not the Nigeria I want to stay in, this is really terrible, and I don't want to die in such a country like this, then you should stand up and join those who are asking to break up Nigeria, or asking for you to revolutionize and end a tyrannical regime, an incompetent regime that gives no damn about you. On the 4th, thank you, Jocelyn. So you finally made it down. Thank you guys for those who are making it down. Osamuyi, Umoren, Babati, Fave Love. I'm just going to use your display name to identify you, okay? Fun White is still very much with us, as well as Kenny Edward. And Jocelyn just joined us too. Thank you, Jocelyn, for that. Remember, subscribe, because this is where I'm going to be more now on Maiyegun's Diary Political YouTube channel. So you can tell others too. Copy the link. I'm going to copy the link and leave it in our comment section. So copy the link, share it with your own, share it on your different handles, okay? I mean, just copy, share, and whoever is going to join will join. So when Facebook is mad, we'll tell Facebook that we are madder. So we can deal with, we can take care of ourselves without Facebook. Also, I can see, let's see. Yeah, I've got official Arik, CK as well. Thank you, all of you. Remember, subscribe. It's just on the side. And not just subscribe, also click on that notification on the side of it. There is a notification that will always remind you whenever Maiyegun is live. I'm going to be more live every evening from now on, okay? On at least Facebook said I should stay away for a month. I think I need to just build my channel, okay? It's more relaxed here. I don't get in any way censored on YouTube. And I'm going to have so many features on YouTube that will, in fact, give us a better experience. To my friends who actually watch YouTube at home, they told me, they said, it feels like they're actually watching me on TV through YouTube, which is much classic, by the way. Let's build it up, right? And then tell Facebook to go to hell, okay? So, yeah, we have those who are asking, let us break it up. Okay, I have friends who have told me personally that, Maiyegun, I don't want Nigeria to break up. I just think when we try this, we will do this and we do that, Nigeria can work. I respect that. And that's one thing everybody should learn. Respect them. People changes. They can change. You see, if their opinion says, I believe that if we kick out all these criminals and put in this and that, Nigeria will work. I used to be like you, okay? There's nothing wrong in you feeling like that. The fact that you actually agree that the current Nigeria is not working, right, is enough for you to demand for something different, which you are doing, right? So in the process, at the end of the day, you are likely going to agree with us that there is no solution. Every solution that you think you have now, people have thought about them. They have tried them. It didn't work. And the reason why it didn't work is because assuming Nigeria is allowed to really have history to tell everybody where they come from, history to tell about events that happened at a point in time in the history of the country. If Nigeria or the criminals in Nigeria allowed that record, that would have been the reason why the country itself right now would have probably rid itself of the criminals who are now elder statesmen today. It is because they got rid of history from the system. You know why? Those who are part of the terrible, those who actually participated in the terrible part of Nigeria history, yeah, they are still alive. So if you write their history, they will not let you see any light of the day, because the history put them on the wrong side, on the wrong part of the history. They have done so terribly wrong to Nigerians and Nigeria, and leaving that in the history book will make them not heroes, but evil demons that they are, evil criminals that they are. But they don't want that, and they are still alive. That is why they got rid of that. So the healing about Nigeria would have started if there was history that can relate to the event of the criminal activities of what these criminals in charge have done in the past. If there had been history, Bukwari will never stand a chance of ever standing up to say he wants to be president. Not to talk of being elected or being rigged back here to be president, right? So that is why when you now see, if you don't agree now, right? I understand. I never really probably agree with a breakup before, until I decided to give it a last shot. Is it the people that are the problem, or is it the government or the people in government that are the problem? I found out that the people in government are the same as the people they are leading. And that is where I realized that no matter what you try to prefer as a solution to fix Nigeria problem, right, it will all end up in one place: fail and failure. Trust me. And that is where I also agreed with Omoyele Sowore. Okay, Sowore agrees. For those of you who are asking that Sowore want to be president, some of you need to grow up. Sincerely speaking, people need to grow up. Okay, the situation where Nigeria is right now, there is no any sensible person that should be contemplating or thinking that he wants to be president of Nigeria before Nigeria can be fixed. Sowore presently is not interested in anything about president, about this, about that. Even Sowore himself has admitted and agreed that if at the end of the day to break up Nigeria is the solution, and the Biafrans wants to go as they are demanding, that he, Sowore, will not be against such. You know why? Nigeria that he is fighting, encouraging everybody to come together and stop this nonsense, fix the country, get it working, save lives. The same country is about to kill him. The same country arrested him. The same country put him in jail. So why is he that is suffering from that same country that is claiming to love? Why is he the one that is suffering from that? We now be against a country, the people who are going to fight for their own country, to be independent of the same terrible country. That why would he Sowore be against that? That who knows that when Biafra comes, and Nigeria is still dealing with him, who knows, maybe it is Biafra that will give him asylum. How many of you watched that program on Maiyegun's Diary that day? The video is on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. You can check it. So if you are still today thinking because Sowore is asking for revolution, Sowore want to be president, then you need to grow up. You need to. Sincerely, you need to. You know why? Sowore himself knows that there may not even be any country for anybody to be president over, the way the things are going now. So he himself knows that there may be no country. If everything continues the way it is, the killings continues, the insecurity in the southern part of Nigeria continues as well, there may not even be any Nigeria. You are only a greedy, selfish person to say, oh, let us vote for PDP next time. They will fix it. There may be no country in 2023. So you shouldn't hold Sowore. That Sowore asking for a revolution now to end this madness, to save Nigeria, so that you can have the opportunity of sitting together and decide, do you want to be, you know what I mean? Do you want to be a country or do you want to move on? It's already clear. Ezil, I understand that some of you had issues with Sowore, and I understand your sentiment, okay? You can call it Sowore nonsense, right? But it won't change the fact that he is doing something that you probably will never do, okay? You can only remain, so far so good, you can only remain someone who will tell others how to do it when you yourself is as useless as the phone you are using right now to type that nonsense, okay? Yeah, you can call it Sowore nonsense. It's been there. It's faced it. Same way some idiots like yourself, we also call Nnamdi Kanu names, okay? Or maybe you prefer Nnamdi Kanu, but Sowore is nonsense. I understand. But that's where I'm talking about, that you should grow up. If you have any little sense in you, I mean, inside of your head, you will grow up. That there are those who are standing up and saying, this is what we want to do. This is what we want, right? There are those who are saying, yeah, that's what should be done. And for the fact that we have those who are standing up to say, this is what we want, this is what we want to do, it's easier. You know what I mean now? You can sit down there and type that, okay? But good enough. It's your own useless existence that will eventually be causing a nuisance on platforms like this. It's understandable. But let's keep on. We have those that needs to grow up. You may not like Sowore, but let me be honest with you. You may want to do a republic. You may want, Biafra. Eventually, right? Everybody is still going to come together to say, well, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to break it up. In a way. So then those who are standing for that are now coming more clearer in a way that you can choose your side. You know what I mean? You can choose a side. You can choose to be a one Nigerian and still ask for a better one. You can choose to be a Biafran and still very much will be what? Will be at the same gathering with an Oduduwa campaigner as well, a Biafran campaigner. Every one of you is asking for your own peace out of Nigeria. It's as simple as that. Do you get that now? So it's only when you have a country that you can be a president of any country, or you can be anything in that country. When you don't have one, then probably you can actually choose your own, your own hamlet somewhere and claim to be the president of your own little place, okay? And the bottom line is this: Nigeria has failed everybody. Nigeria as a country has failed our own people. And eventually we are now having agitations here and there. So these agitations, right, varies. What is making you angry, right? Though if you look at everything all together, you realize that you have the same thing in common. Some of you are angry not because you want to have a new country. You are angry that you have a country that is not working for you, where your own right as human being is not respected, whereby you are treated as a second class, even a third class citizen in your own country. That may be your own grouse with your country. Then you have to be out there and demand for that. You have 80% of you living in Nigeria. We have 20% of us living outside Nigeria. 80% of you living in Nigeria are more affected by the poor electricity. You are more affected by the police brutality, the insecurity, the unemployment, the greed and corruption that has brought about a collapsed healthcare system, education system, and even the normal rewarding system, which is reward for labor. The legit one who are doing their job are actually living under that draconian, inhumane system, right? You can demand for something better, even if you still want to keep your country, okay? There shouldn't be a fight. If you want a Biafra and say, well, we don't want them to keep it together, let's break it up. Let's go back our different ways. We want to start afresh from our own country. It is also good you will find your own friends. At the end of the day, oh, we want to go for Oduduwa Republic. Eventually, you will find your friends too. And at the end of the day, every one of you will realize that the reason why you want every bit and every part of Nigeria is because Nigeria is not working. Do you get that now? So Nigeria is not working. That is why everyone is demanding for every piece of the country. Break it up, divide us, restructure it. Oh, do this and do that. So by the time you realize that you have everything in common, then you realize that you have the same cause to achieve your aim as it is. Are you with me? How? When you go on that street to demand for a working system, you will meet on that street someone who is also demanding that he doesn't even want them to fix the non-working system. He wants them to break it up completely. He wants his own country. And by the time you go on that street on the 1st of October, where we now have the NLC, good enough, I would say those who are organizing the protest for October 1st in Nigeria, and for the rest of us who are going to participate all over the world, from, well, 6 continents, it says, the Oduduwa Republic campaigners will take our own campaign to world attention. This time around, the journey has started, and we give, we have to give a respect to the Biafrans who have started this and even paid so many prices for this campaign, independence campaign for the Biafra, right? So October 1st, there's solidarity, there's unity, there's a camaraderie, or what is it called? Or there's a friendship across the Niger. There's brotherhood, right? Because we are now getting to the stage whereby we realize that if we listen to ourselves, you will realize that whatever is making a young Igbo man, a Biafran, to demand for Biafra is actually the same thing that should make an average Yoruba man, Oduduwan, to demand for Oduduwa Republic. Then when you go along and you look at the Jaws, the Shekiris, the thieves, the everyone from that part of the country, you will realize that whatever Oduduwans are asking for, whatever the Biafrans are asking for, whatever the Ishekiris, the Ijos are asking for, they actually look similar to what we are also lacking. We should be asking for that. And if we can't get that, then we should have our own country too. By the time everybody comes together, right? I'm not in any way relying on the, what do you call it, on NLC, TUC. They are just government boys, okay? They are not government. I mean, they are just government boys. Okay, they cannot be relied on. Okay, but I have seen genuine commitment from those who felt like, as a living Nigeria in Nigeria, they deserve better. We have seen them on the streets. We have seen them on the social media. We have seen them everywhere. Young, old, male, female, going about telling everybody why we deserve better as a country. And for those who are also going about telling everybody in Yoruba land right now, I'm talking about the Oduduwa campaigners. Yeah. So all of you doing that right now, you are doing great. Telling people why Yoruba will be better off as a country than being part of Nigeria. And that's what I'm going to use the next 10 minutes to cover. Why is Olawale Jimo, my brother, you found me there. I mean, you found me down here. Thank you. Albert Winners. And then, I still have Fun White with me, still with us on here. So remember, you can just copy the link, okay? Copy the YouTube link, post them on your social media handle, subscribe yourself, and click on the notification so that whenever Maiyegun is live, you will not be missing anything. Okay, so I've left in I've added the link again, the YouTube link. Copy that, share it on your different Facebook won't let us do anything there, but we will do better here. We will build the channel and we can get all our teaming friends, I mean the ones who have the time to join me, to continue to join me on YouTube. Okay, we are doing fine on YouTube, by the way, and then we just need to inform everybody that they can join us on YouTube from now on, okay? So, when they ask you why do you need Oduduwa Republic? Yeah. When they ask you why do you need Oduduwa Republic? The question may be somehow, you don't need to go into defense, okay? If you're a Yoruba man, I'm going to give you some tips tonight, okay? You don't need to go into defense. It's not a fight. It's just a chat, all right? Right now, as a Yoruba man and woman, you should be proud that you have a great heritage that nobody should define, nobody should define it for you. You should be proud to define your own Yoruba-ness, to define your own Oduduwa-ness, right? By yourself. And I'll give you an idea. As a Yoruba son or Yoruba daughter, as a Yoruba person, you have a very, very great, rich heritage, right? That gives you and makes you a whole freeborn. You also have you are coming from a tribe, right? A nation of over 50 million people, okay? And by extension, a population of over 70 million people. The 70 million people that speaks your language, that speaks the same language like yourself. And they say a nation, they say your language define a nation. That is why when you see anybody, they tell you that someone is French, definitely is from France and must be speaking French. When they tell you someone is from England, or let's say someone is English, that automatically tells you that that person is from England and he speaks English language. Okay, if they tell you that someone is a Portuguese, that means that person is automatically from Portugal and speaks this Portuguese language. On and on and on like that. It's easier to identify you by your language, to what country you come, to what nation you belong to. You can, your nation can be identified through the language you speak. It's easier. It makes you feel at home, not the language that was forced on you. A language that over 40% of your population don't even speak. Can you beat that? We speak English. I can communicate in English. I can communicate in Yoruba language, yeah? But however, as a Yoruba person, right, maybe today, this English should have been my second language if my identity was not stolen from me as a Yoruba person when I was forced to be part of a country called Nigeria. Now, you as a Yoruba person should be proud that you have an heritage, a rich heritage with a rich people of a population size that is almost the size of England. Your nation, Oduduwa nation, Yoruba land, with the population and with the landmass, we are bigger than the entire England as a nation, as a country, Yoruba land. By population, we are almost the same size of the country that colonized the entire country then. So you as a Yoruba person should be proud that you've got that. Now, with this, and let me tell you this, Yoruba land resources, the most valuable resources in Yoruba land, the richest resources in Yoruba land, the most, how do I put it? The most sought after, the would-be sought after resources in Yoruba land. It's not going to be the amount of gold we have. It's not going to be about the size or the depth of our crude oil in Yoruba land. It's not going to be the size of the cocoa farm we managed to build or the farmland we managed to cultivate. It's not going to be about all those. It is going to be in our people. The richest, the most valuable resources in Yoruba land will be the people of Yoruba land. You know why? Because with that resources, the people, we can be anything, just anything. Think about it. The current rulers in Yoruba land, they have done so much damages, okay? what they did in Nigeria is that the Onyibo left and they handed over to their Ajeles, who pretended to be the new leaders, the indigenous leaders of Yoruba land. I mean, of the Nigeria, from Hausa, from Fulani, from Igbo land, from Yoruba land. They handed over the country to them, believing that, yeah, that is your country. You can fix it up now. But what they didn't do, what they didn't tell you is that it is still very much internal colonization. Okay? You have what is called central government, federal government of Nigeria, federal government, the government that is at the federal level. Then you have the state governors. So the federal level can be anybody. Anybody can be the president, okay? It can be from anywhere. That's the deceit. That's just the decoy, the disguise, to make it look like it is not a colonialism anymore, okay? But in the state, they make it look like you can elect your own president, I mean your own governors. Or you can elect your own House of Rep members. You can elect this, you can elect that. Meanwhile, those they are telling you to elect, that they made you feel like you are electing, they are not responsible to you. They are responsible to those who gave them the power at the center. They fear the center more than you, who were supposed to have been those who elected them. And that's the truth. You know why? Because they are responsible to the center, not to you. So what's the difference between when Oyibo was doing Ajele in Nigeria and they made some Yorubas warrant chiefs? Is that not what they did? They made some Yorubas warrant chiefs who actually carry out the order of the Oyibo Ajeles. So today, you have governors that doesn't control the security. You have the governors that cannot generate wealth, but they would rather go to Abuja and collect rubber every month. They call it allocation. And there you are. Whatever they bring back, after taking whatever they want to take for themselves, they share the rest, and they will then say, okay, yeah, that's what we have for the road for you. And the poverty continues. What's that? What's the difference? Those who are ruling Yoruba land, those who are leading Yoruba land in the last 21 years, they are Yorubas. They speak Yorubas. They call themselves your leaders. They call themselves your Ashiwaju. They call themselves your Otumba, your distinguished this, your distinguished that, and on and on and on and on. Excellency here, honorable person there. But look at the Yoruba land. What is the prosperity ratio of Yoruba land? What is average prosperity ratio for an average Yoruba son and daughter in Yoruba land right now? If you have the answer that says it is better, maybe this message is not for you, but you know that it is not. Abi, you cannot blame an Hausa man for that. You cannot blame an Igbo man for that. You have to blame a Yoruba man that believes that Nigeria is working simply because he is a governor, he is a senator, or he is a House of Rep member, or he is a minister, or he is a commissioner, or he is this or that. Thank you very much, Peter Man, for that your super chat donation there. Thank you. So, guys, another way to support Maiyegun on Maiyegun's Diary is when you use what do you call it? When you use the super chat. YouTube gave me that. Okay, it means you can use the super chat that shows up on your comment section, and then yeah, you can super chat me. Thank you very much for that, Peter Man. I've seen your super chat donation there. Thank you so much. So, as a Yoruba person, right, you can look at that from that angle and ask yourselves, is it an Hausa man or a Fulani man that refused to give Yoruba land 24 hours electricity? Or is it because Yoruba land is part of Nigeria and we are sharing in that backwardness of living in darkness in 2020? Ask yourself that. Is he a Yoruba man that actually saw the opportunity of building our roads, building schools, building hospitals, that we accommodate all the populations of Yoruba people and those who are living in Yoruba land right now? Is that project or that opportunity, was that stopped by the Hausa man, a Fulani man, or it was stopped because you are part of Nigeria? So if you realize that it is stopped because you are part of Nigeria, and your governors and your senators and the rest of them can't really do anything because Nigeria is working for them. They are getting paid as governors, senators, and they have access to your money. It's working for them. And they can always tell you to don't worry, it's going to be okay. We shouldn't complain. Don't fight your leaders. give them time, and all those excuses they give to you, right? So ask yourself, as a Yoruba person, if you have the opportunity of breaking away, whereby you have the opportunity of sitting together to determine and decide what type of government do we want, at least for the first time, be part of a new country while you are alive. You were not here when Lugard and Flora Shaw, when Lord Lugard and his girlfriend, Flora Shaw, when they decided to name a country, which they called the northern part of the Niger, southern part of the Niger, and they eventually called the Niger area, the Niger area, the Negroes area. Eventually they merge it and they call it Niger, Nigeria, Niger area, and so on and so forth. So you were not there. None of us know those who signed that amalgamation, right? But it was, they said they signed it. They found it. I have a copy, but we don't know the names of those who signed. The copy is out there if you want it, okay? The amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914. No single, I didn't see any Yoruba man on that list, but they dragged us into it. I didn't see any Igbo man on that amalgamation signature, but they dragged the Igbos into it. I didn't see any Hausa Fulani man sign that paper, but they dragged them into it anyway. Then they began sharing who will get what and when and why. You are not part of that. Why do you want to keep what you are not part of? Thank you so much, Albert Winners. You are also making some contribution there for me. Thank you. We call it the super chat. Albert Winners, the $5. I saw that. Thank you. God bless you. Also, Fun Wise. My brother, yeah, thank you very much as well for that. Your super chat donation of £19.99 is well received. Thank you. I love that. Thank you. So you are not part of that. So for the first time, even if you are not going to be alive when it happens, for the first time, can you, as a Yoruba person, do something that your generation after you will be proud when your name is also mentioned? Because that's the good thing about freedom. You know what people do about freedom? They put their, they engrave their names on the rock of time, meaning when things happens, they say without event there will be no history. Okay, so be part of that. Do you want to be part of those who keep Nigeria same, keep other Nigerians poor, keep Yorubas in Nigeria poor, our pensioners, our mothers who served, who used their youth to contribute to Nigeria throughout their own youth, just same way some of you are young now, using your own youth to fight and push for Nigeria. Our own parents did. They worked through their youthful age, right? Now they are old. They were waiting for Nigeria to take care of them, pay their pension. Now you have politicians telling them that the people those who are alive are yet to be paid. Dead people, half dead people are asking for money. Pensioners are not half dead people. They were people like me and you. They had this moment too. They were young like you and I. They had dreams and hope and admiration and all that as well. But guess what? Nigeria happened to them. Today, we now have pensioners queuing up everywhere. Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, everybody, everywhere. All the pensioners, everywhere. Old people. They were supposed to be, at least, be rewarded for being patriotic enough to keep Nigeria to what it is. Thank you so much, Raphael Ajairi. I have seen your own super chat contribution as well. See, guys, YouTube is so great. I have to tell you about it, okay? YouTube is so great that, right, we don't get censored. I can get support for my channel through your support like this, super chat, stickers, and stuff like that. They are voluntary. You can use them to support Maiyegun, okay? And every penny you put up there is highly, highly appreciated. When YouTube told me I could do that, I was like, oh, that's fun. I like that, you know? So thank you to all of you who are actually reaching out. God bless you. And then thank you so much, okay? So these are the reasons, if you're a Yoruba person, you can ask yourself this question. You may be older, you know, you may be older and you feel like it's too late, it can't happen. No, nothing is too late. That little support you are going to give may actually be the tonic needed to also ignite and make this happen, and you can save lives. Doing it is this, okay? I know some of you may feel like you need to protect Nigeria because Nigerians are angry right now because of the failure of those failure of the leaders. It is beyond failure. It is a systemic failure, and those who are there now, they cannot change it. Those who are aspiring to change it, they don't even have an idea what they are actually up against. It is a systemic failure, okay? It needs to be completely dismantled. Let me tell you how. Even if they want to keep Nigeria for another day, another year, number one, for Nigeria to even, for Nigerians, all of you Nigerians in Nigeria, for you to even feel like you are a human being in a country, right? Nigeria needs to write a new constitution. Inside that new constitution, it will be well stated there. What makes you a Nigerian? Who is a Nigerian? Okay? What will you do to be a Nigerian? Then what qualifies you as a Nigerian? What do you deserve as a citizen? Then when they say who is a Nigerian, it has to be written in that constitution, word for word, not using a common word to just put all of us together, we the people. In that new constitution, the Ijos must be identified as Ijos. The Igbos, the Biafrans must be identified as Biafrans. The Oduduwans must be identified as Oduduwans. The every other, our people from Tife, the Tife people, right? They must be identified. The constitution must identify your tribe. Okay, to have a country, the constitution must identify your tribe. That means by then, when you go anywhere, you won't feel like because you are a southerner, someone is a northerner, he has more advantage than you. So when that is well defined in a new constitution, a referendum will have to be part of a constitution. Because you know what? Self-determination is human right. You don't need anybody's permission to do that. Thank you so much, Olawale Jimo. I have seen your own add-on as well. God bless you, my brother. You are doing well. £4.99 from my dear brother, Olawale Jimo. God bless you. I also got one from John Momo. John Momo, super sticker is yours because you have crossed the threshold of that £19.99. Yours is now called super sticker. Thank you, John Momo. £20. God bless you, my brother. So to all of you also adding the comment, making contribution and all of that, you are actually those who are making this fun now. Okay, I wanted to go earlier, but yeah, it's so good to talk about this. It's so good for you to feel good that, you know, your country, you as a Yoruba person, right? You deserve to be identified as one, and it is non-negotiable. So at the end of the day, right, the reason why you should know that Nigeria is going to break up is this. Now, if they finally agree to write a new constitution, it means all of you will send memorandum. All of us, Yorubas, will send. Egun will send. Even the people who are actually inside Yoruba land, who are not, who are of other different tribes inside Yoruba land, sub-tribes, they will be given opportunity in a constitution that will make them recognize them. Even if they are just no more than 1 million people, even if they are no more than 500,000 people, the tribe in Nigeria, they will be recognized in that constitution. Okay? So if they do that, my brothers and sisters, it is just, they call it the template for breakup. Because inside that constitution, it will be stated there that if anybody in this part of this constitution of a country feels like they are no longer interested, they can what? They can break away. So imagine writing a constitution that allows all of us to put our input in, the one that people write exactly. And then you have the option that says, if anybody misbehave inside this agreement, we go break them. You know, I'm telling you other ways they can do it. I know they won't do it, okay? But I'm not trying to raise your hope anyhow. But it's just what it is. They won't write that. That is why you have to bring down this government. You have to bring back down the establishment. You have to destroy a system that allows the mediocrity, the incompetence to keep you poor, perpetually poor, while those who are supposed to make you better are actually those who are benefiting and ripping off from that system. So do you now see why it's a win-win situation if you are a Oduduwa Republic campaigner, Biafran Republic campaigner, Middle Beltan Republic campaigner, even Niger Delta Republic campaigner, or a Revolution Now campaigner? You will now realize that it is a win-win situation if everybody teams up to destroy a system that even brought about all this agitation in the first place. Oh, Dre Sean, you just broke the record there again. You guys are wonderful. You are just so amazing. So Dre Sean just crossed the threshold of that super sticker to 50 pounds. Thank you very much there. So I'm going to draw the curtains tonight. And to all of you, my friends, who have contributed, and including those who have dropped comment, those who don't really like us, fine. But I'm going to meet you again tomorrow evening, okay? Except for the probably midday broadcast on YouTube here. I will meet you again for my live broadcast again from tomorrow evening. For those who are in America, it's not hard to tell, okay? Our own evening starts, our own evening is your own afternoon. You know how to work it out, okay? But usually, I will leave on the notification on the YouTube. You will know that I'm going to go live probably in another few minutes or another hour. But you will see that in the waiting. I will join you again tomorrow evening. So to everyone who have contributed and commented, thank you so much. And to my friends who have dropped in on the super sticker, you guys are wonderful. You're just making me feel like you're making me feel like I'm a superstar. Thank you so much for even finding time to find me down here. Peter Mann, $5. Thank you. Albert Winners, $5. Thank you. Fun White, my brother, £19.99. Thank you. Raphael Ajairi, £5.49. Thank you. Olawale Jimo, my dear brother, £4.99. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. John Momo, the super sticker commenter. Thank you so much for your 20 pounds offer donation there. And last but not least, Dre Sean, to you too, you capital. To all of you, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to see you again. So when they call out on October 1st, and this is what I'm going to do every evening until the October 1st on YouTube. And every time you join me, you can always copy the link, share it with other friends out there. Let them know Maiyegun. We'll actually be better off on YouTube than Facebook. But until we come back on that, I will see you again tomorrow evening. Thank you so much for your time. And you have a very, very good evening. Good night.
Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa bí. Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí.